Things are getting a bit awkward in the Elder Scrolls space. Here's the scoop. If you're a big fan of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, then you may be pleased to know that the game is getting not only one, but two remakes. How is this possible? How can this be, you might ask? Well, the answer is, one is a fan project that has been worked on for quite some time by dedicated volunteers, and the other is a possible official Bethesda release. Before we dive into speculation though, let's check them both out, make sure we understand what the differences actually are. It is important to note that the official Bethesda remake of Oblivion is still just a rumor, albeit substantiated by documents published as a part of the FTC versus Microsoft trial over the buyout of Activision Blizzard. The documents revealed a number of unannounced Bethesda games set for release in the years following. The trials back in 2020 and the documents released in 2023. However, hope for this remake continues to wane as a number of games listed in the documents have either been delayed or outright canceled. If we can recall back to September 2020, Microsoft acquired Bethesda and parent company ZeniMax for $7.5 billion. So it's reasonable to assume that Bethesda inflated their roster of upcoming games in an effort to appear more valuable to Microsoft. The remake, dubbed Skyblivion, is, as you guessed it, Oblivion remade in the Skyrim Special Edition engine. Fan-made is not to suggest amateur in the case of Skyblivion, as skilled volunteers have been working on this massive undertaking since 2012. In hopes of introducing Oblivion to a new generation of gamers, Skyblivion will contain all of the original quests and NPCs as well as new developments from the team, such as overhauls on landscape, interior, city, weapons, armor, and much, much more. The project, slated to release later this year, will be 100% free. However, you must already own Oblivion, including the DLCs, as well as Skyrim Special Edition. If there is a world where we see two concurrent remakes of Oblivion, what does this mean for either project? My absolute worst fear is that Bethesda would C&D Skyblivion in order to protect their own profits. While we know that Skyblivion will be free, a Bethesda remake supposedly in UE5 almost certainly would be a full-price game. At that point, there would be a fiduciary responsibility to intervene on a mod that directly competes with their game. A much better way to handle this situation would be for Bethesda to make this an official DLC. Slap the Bethesda logo on it and pay the volunteers for all their hard work. Modern consumers are hyper-aware of corporations' shady practices, and thus the ill will garnered by shutting down Skyblivion would cost the company astronomically more than its acquisition, let alone competing in the market. As it stands, the most likely scenario is that we see Skyblivion released later this year, and rumors of an official release eventually fade into obscurity. It's really important as consumers to keep having these conversations, though, in order to mitigate unsavory outcomes in the future. But I want to know what you think. Let me know down in the comments. A huge shout out to the team of volunteers over at Skyblivion. If you want to check out more about Skyblivion, go to skyblivion.com. That's SKYBLIVION.com. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, as well as look out for live streams over on TikTok at King Lysandus. Have a great day, guys, and rest well, for tomorrow we sail for the kingdom of Daggerfall.